So first exercise is going to be reverse lunges. So this is where you can hold your weight if you want, you don't need to. Starting with your feet together, taking a step back and then lunging down, then back to the middle. Taking a step back, lunging down, back to the middle. So we're staying on the one leg the whole time for the 45 seconds and then 45 seconds on the other leg. So it's a little bit hard to see, but from front on, you just take the step backwards, lunge down like you're taking a knee, and then go to stand back up. Then next one is where we'll get the band and do the pull aparts. So stretching that band out, bringing the band into your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades back together, and then slowly releasing like that. Again, the closer you hold onto the band, the harder it's going to be, more resistance there is. Then next exercise, we'll go onto the ground and we're going to do some glute bridges. So hopefully it focuses here. We're going to try and do single leg. So you're going to have one leg up in the air, and then with the leg that's on the ground, you're going to drive through that leg to squeeze your bum muscles to lift your hips up. I hope that's focusing, looks kind of blurry. But then we're going to do 45 seconds on one leg and then 45 seconds on the other. If you feel like single leg is using your lower back too much, then we'll just go to double leg. But just let me know. Whilst you're on the ground, then you're going to go into push-ups. I'll just show you on the wall. So you don't have to do them on the ground. You can do them against the wall if you want. And then coming in and pushing out, hands a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, keeping the elbows in so they're not flaring out too much like that. So you're keeping them relatively close. And then the last one, you can either do squats where you're holding onto some weights up and down, or doing some squat jumps to get a little bit of impact for the bone. Completely up to you. But those are the exercises for the weekend. So again, 45 seconds of work, about 15 seconds of rest between each one. We'll go 3 rounds of that. So we'll start with the first one, so the reverse lunges. So up to you whether you hold onto some weights. If you've got heavier, hold heavier for these because this is your legs. But you're going to start with your feet together, taking a step back, lunge down, and back up. Okay, off we go. So always coming back to your feet together. Then step backwards, lunge down, feet together. I want you to keep your chest nice and upright. Dropping that leg down. Mainly driving through the front leg if you can, so try not to push off too much with the back leg. Drive through that front leg there for me. You got 15 seconds to go on this side. Three, 2, and 1. We'll give the legs a little shake. And we'll swap over to the other leg. Okay, off we go. Again, going as low as you can to the ground with that back knee without touching. "15 seconds in. Front leg trying to do the majority of the work. "15 seconds to go. Good first exercise to get the heart rate up. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Popping the weights down if you're holding them, grabbing onto the band if you have, And so you're pulling that band apart to bring it into your chest. So you're not just bringing it into your chest, you're pulling and stretching that band out as much as you can. Okay, all right, off we go. And you can hold there for a second or two when it's at your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then slowly release. Pull, hold for a couple of seconds, and then release. Just at halfway. Yeah, and really squeezing your shoulder blades together here. Try not to arch through your back too much. Try and keep your core engaged and just have it be your shoulder blades pulling that band. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so going onto the ground now. So up to you whether you do single leg or double leg. But if you're going single leg, one leg up in the air, and you're squeezing the bum muscles of the leg that you're working to drive your hips up into the air, and then going up and down. Sorry, Zero, you're just on mute. But so if we go, what's going to be the easiest leg to show you? So one leg's in the air, and then the leg that's in contact with the ground, you're lifting your hips up, like you're doing a little thrust of the hips into the air. Your shoulders stay on the ground. Okay, and we'll go 45 seconds, off we go. If you feel, like I said, if you feel like your back's working a little bit too much, try and either tuck your tailbone under, or if you feel like that doesn't change anything, then you just go to the double leg. Got 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, and 1. Have a little rest. And we'll go onto the other leg or continuing with the double leg. Okay, off we go. So that leg that's in contact with the ground, you're pushing that foot down into the ground, squeezing your bum muscles to lift your hips up into the air. And so your hips and lower back come off the ground, but the backs of your shoulders and sort of upper back stay on the ground. Ten seconds to go. Keep driving through the glutes. Try not to lift and arch through your lower back too much. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so either staying on the ground and we're going into the push-ups, or you can go against the wall or onto a bench, couch, whatever you've got there. But having the hands a little bit wider than the shoulders and the elbows tucked in. All right, off we go. So I want you to feel your chest working here, front of the shoulders and backs of the arms into the triceps. Just over halfway here. Getting that chest as low to the ground or the bench or the wall as you can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and last exercise for the first round, either holding onto the weights and doing some normal squats, or without the weights, going into some squat jumps and getting a bit of impact landing. All right, off we go. Keeping the feet flat on the floor as you go down into the squat. Chest nice and upright, so you're not leaning too far forward. And when you're going down into that squat, think about like you're pushing your bum back down into a chair. If you want, you can do 3, 2, and 1. Give the legs a little shake, and we'll go off over to the other side. Off we go. Keeping the back nice and straight, and driving through that front leg. Trying not to push off back with that back leg. Got 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, and 1. Grabbing onto the band, if you've got, going to do some pull aparts. So again, it's not just bringing the band into the chest, it's pulling that band and stretching that band as much as you can. All right, off we go. Squeezing the shoulder blades back together, trying not to arch through your back too much. Good, and pull, so try and keep your rate as you're doing it as well. Pulling apart. 15 seconds to go. And resting there. Nice. Now going onto the ground, we're going to do the bridges. So lying on your back, either double leg or single leg, up to you. Okay, off we go. Again, trying not to arch through your back too much. Drive through your glutes. If that means you don't go up as high, that's fine. But I'd much rather you feel your glutes working than your lower back. 20 seconds to go. 10. 3, 2, and 1, and we'll go straight over to the other side. Off we go. And if you were doing double leg, just keep going with the 2. Twenty seconds to go. And if you can, try not to swing with the leg that's in the air for momentum. A little bit hard as you're fatiguing, but try not to. 3, 2, and 1. Now going onto the ground, or staying on the ground, or going to a bench, wall, going into your push-ups. Okay, off we go. Try and lower your chest to the ground rather than just your hips. I want you to bend at those elbows. Keeping the elbows in tight, you're just at halfway. Five seconds to go. And resting there. Nice. Okay, and then lastly, either doing regular squats, holding the weight, or doing your squat jumps, up to you. We'll go in 3, 2, and 1. If you're going through those squats, pushing your bum back like you're sitting down into a chair. Good. Strong through your legs, keeping the feet flat on the floor. Fifteen seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Grabbing a drink. We'll get ready for the third round. Another 20 seconds. So we'll grab onto the weights. We're going to go into the reverse lunges to start off the final round. All right, off we go. Again, strong through that front leg. That back leg's just a little bit of balance support. You're trying not to drive through it too much. 20 seconds to go. Strong through your quads, front of your thighs and your glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Give the legs a little shake. And we'll go over to the other side. Off we go. Again, torso nice and upright. Strong and through your core, nice and braced so you're not bending to the side too much. Just over halfway here. Approaching the last little bit. Keep pushing here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Popping the weights down, grabbing the band into the pull aparts. Again, hold for that second or two to really squeeze the shoulder blades back together. All right, off we go. Just halfway. 10 seconds to go. Keep the core tight, try not to arch through the back. 3, 2, and 1. Nice, going onto the ground, going into the glute bridges, either single or double. All right, off we go. Again, strong through the glutes of the leg that's working. Try not to arch through the back. Keep the tailbone sort of tucked under and your lower abs engaged. That'll help with that. 15 to go on this side. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll swap straight over to the other side. Off we go. Just approaching halfway. Try and minimize the swing from the leg that's in the air. Last little push here, less than 10. 3, 2, and 1. Staying on the ground or going onto the wall or bench, going into the push-ups. We'll go in 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Just approaching halfway. Trying to get that chest as low to the ground as you can. Last little push here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. And finishing strong with your squats or your squat jumps. All right, off we go. Try not to let the weight pull you too far forward. Still stay nice and upright. As you imagine yourself sitting back down into a chair. Just over halfway. Ten, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Another session down, well done.